Hi guys, it's Mel. Here for another Messages with Mel. Just gonna do a quick one today. I'll just do a collective. We won't do a one, two, or three. And I don't really have a question. I just want to see what we what comes of the cards, what kind of message comes through, and yeah. So let's get to it. I hope you're all well. I'm enjoying it was sunny here earlier today. Now it's a little cloudy, but the sun's still poking through. I can still see it. Got a little bit of fresh snow. It was really pretty on the trees this morning. Um, just like to always, even though, I've never really loved the snow, but I can find beauty within it. And I like to do that with all aspects of life. And I like to encourage others to do that as well. So try to find the beauty in each day, even if it's a snowy day and you don't really like snow because you know you're going to have to pick it up later, but you know what, you can appreciate the beauty of it while it's falling, right? Okay, so let's see. Just waiting for a card to drop. As always, just whatever comes up in this card reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. That was a lot of cards. I'm just going to take the first two that fell, and we'll go from there. Okay. So the first one that came out was the ocean. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I'm using the Earth Magic Oracle card deck by Stephen Farmer. And as always, I just love the art on here. They're so beautiful. And this one is very beautiful. It's the ocean, ebb and flow. See the beautiful sunset, or maybe it's a sunrise. I think it's a sunset in the back. That's what I'm feeling from it, is a sunset. And that beautiful ocean and the waves, right? What I'm really getting from this card is to be more like the ocean, right? If you've been here, you know it. I got my little wave here, my little wave tattoo. You can see it. Anyway, there it is. I always like to say go with the flow, right? It's easier to go with the flow than go against the currents. Going against the current is going to be a lot more work, and it's going to be a lot harder. So if we can just go with the ebb and the flow, the in and the out of life, it just makes things a little more easy for yourself and for the people around you, and just for life in general. But I'm also seeing some of the waves that are crashing, right? And that's just kind of representing for me right here. And what I'm hearing is there's always going to be crashes. There's always going to be that conflict, that crash in life, right? Your waves crashing up against these rocks here, right? The rocks can represent the challenge, let's say. And you're just flowing along, and all of a sudden you hit this challenge and crash, and the big waves and all the chaos, and water flying everywhere and all the foam and everything. But then it comes and it settles again, and it's going to crash again at some point, and then it'll settle again. So I'm really hearing just like ride with these ebbs and flows, because that's basically the journey of life, right? We're going to have ups and downs. Just go with it, and enjoy the good pieces of it while you're in that part, and enjoy the challenge too, because the challenge is that's where we grow, that's where we learn, and that's where we grow. And if you're coming up against the same challenge over and over and over and over again, it's because there's still something to learn from it. So if you're facing that, if you're like, oh my god, this is coming up again, like what the heck, sit with it and try to see what you can learn from it, and what you maybe can change so it doesn't arise back in your life again. And I'm just hearing, enjoy the sunsets, you know, the beautiful sunset, right? Again, like I said, enjoying the snow on the trees this morning was so beautiful, even though I'm like, I don't love having to pick up snow, but the beauty of it is something magical. And that's what I'm hearing, is just enjoy the magic bits. There's so much magic if you just look. And if you stop for a minute and you're just like, okay, all right. Yeah, the trees are really beautiful this morning with all the snow. That sunset, oh my God, it was so magnificent. And then when you do come into these challenges, these rocks that you're crashing up against, think of those moments, those beauty moments, those magic moments, and be grateful for those moments. And the challenge won't feel quite so hard. Okay. Yeah. The clouds too. The clouds also represent kind of like the same thing. Cloudy days. Not every day is going to be great, but the next day might be the best day ever. So just ebb and flow with the life journey that you're on. Okay, be like the ocean. Go with the flow. It comes up a lot, I know, but it's something that I live by, so it's gonna keep coming up. The second card that fell out. Oh, ow. While you're going with the flow, also always stay grounded, right? It's like beautiful tree here, the beautiful tree of life, it seems. I mean, maybe not. I'm gonna call it that. The part that in this card that sticks out to me the most, though, is right here. Yeah, this is beautiful and gorgeous, and this is what we see on the surface, but this is what matters. This is the part that matters, is the foundation, the roots. Are you grounded? Are you steady? Can you stay calm in a situation? And if you find that you can't, there are ways to ground yourself so that's a little easier for you. And also, I'm looking at this now, and it also kind of looks like a reflection, right? So make sure you're going in and you're reflecting on your life, on yourself, especially if you've had a particularly challenging day or situation. That's the moment where you go in and reflect and you're like, okay, why did this bother me so much? Sorry about that. I had to pause. The kids got home across the street and the dog started, and that's a challenge that I face every day. And that's something that I got to work on with them and myself. Okay, so let's get back into it. Where was I? Reflection. So going in, going within, reflecting on, why does this bother me so much, this particular situation, right? And once you understand it, it's going to feel easier and you're going to be able to get past it a lot quicker. But always stay rooted, always stay grounded. Mother Earth has you. Root in. There's a lot of ways, a lot of grounding techniques out there. If you're searching for an couple of easy ones, reach out to me. I would be happy to share a couple of quick ones. It takes just a few minutes a day with you. Okay. I might come back to this one. We'll see. Oh, and I just realized, so that's the actual picture that they used for the back of the cards. Isn't that cool? All right, never noticed that before. Okay. All right, let's pull another one from this deck. And we'll see what else. So far, we're going with the flow. We're ebbing and flowing like the ocean, and we're staying grounded like a tree, right? So what else can we pay attention to? Just life in general, every day. I think those two are perfect to start. I'm really hoping something cool pops out here, or I'm just going to pull right from the top here in a minute if it doesn't. Give me one. All right, we're going to pull from the top, guys. So this next one is purification, rain. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of emotion from this card. Water represents emotion. And I'm really hearing like, let yourself feel that and have that emotion. And I'm specifically feeling like the sense of crying, right? Crying is a release. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's actually, when I have a good cry, you know, I feel a lot better after. So what I'm feeling from this card is allow yourself to feel those emotions all the way through. Let yourself to release that emotion if it's something, you know, that one of those icky ones that you don't want to hold on to. Fear is a big one right now. Fear is rampant in our world right now, and it's okay to feel that feeling, but then also release that feeling, right? And I'm hearing, try not to pay attention to all the fear-mongering kind of stuff. There's so much out there right now. They're trying to make us afraid, because if we're afraid, they have the control. Whoever they are, right? Fear is a control tactic. So if we release our fear and we have the confidence that we are being backed up by the universe, by our angels, by our guides, by our friends, by our family, by our neighbors, the control starts to teeter to our side, right? The control of the fear kind of wanes away. So have those emotions and then release them, right? Like the clouds release the rain. Let your eyes release the tears. And with that, intentionally let those feelings that you don't want to feel anymore be released with it. And there is a lot of darkness in here, guys, but there's also pockets of light. You got the moon up here. You got this little pocket down here, probably the moonshine, right? And then all this water is lit up back here, right? There's always light in the dark, always. All right. What do you think? One more? One more of these? I think one more. Let's do one more. Okay, whoop. Kind of wanted to pop out, but I hadn't even shuffled yet. Let's see. I'm gonna say if that one was meant to come out, it will come out. It kind of like popped out and then back in, so okay, this one actually popped out though. And the card that wanted to pop out is on the bottom, guys, okay? Ancestors. We have support. We have so much support. The our ancestors, our angels, our guides, they're real. They're there. I'm just going to pull it because you know what? I have this one too that fell, but this is the card that tried to pop out in the beginning. And it says generations here. And I see all these hands. All these hands. And I feel like these hands are holding us, right? They're holding us and they're guiding us and they're nudging us in the right direction. Okay. Then you see this snake. And a lot of people think bad of snakes. But really, to me, they represent two specific things. They represent the energy of the Kundalini, which is like that fire within, right? That passion. But they also represent transformation and shedding of the skin. So shedding the old and leaving that behind so that you can be a new version. And I really feel like the hands that are holding us are allowing us to release that old, shedding that old way, the old ways. Yeah, it's from our ancestors. They've learned. They don't want us to repeat the same ancestral mistakes, right? So they're going to hold us and guide us so that we can shed our old ways and move on with new, better ways. And the red in there, and then the spiral, that is all Kundalini energy, right? It's the year of the fire horse. It's time to have our passion and go. So get that passion, that spark. What lights your fire? What sparks you? Pay attention to what makes you say, yeah, I want to do that. Or even like, okay, well, really interests me, so I want to research it a little more. Those interests, those are what we're supposed to be doing. The things that make us excited, that's what we're supposed to be doing in our life, in our lifetime. And whether that's career-wise or just like, an interest, like a hobby or something. Maybe it's being a mom. Maybe that's your passion in life, and that is what you're here to do, and you love it, and that's okay. Maybe it's being a scientist. Maybe it's being a carpenter. Whatever interest that is, let that spark you. Let that fuel that fire with that passion within you. And then let the ancestors help you, guide you, and shed the old ways. Maybe that's the old ways that you used to live. I know I've shed many skins since I started this amazing spiritual journey that I hopped on about 6 years ago. I've always been on it, and we're always on it, right? We are. I intentionally started it about then. And that's the important piece, the intention behind it. That's always the most important piece. What intention do you have behind the action, right? So let your ancestors guide you. Let that Kundalini fire come up within you. If there's any year that's perfect for, it's this year. Okay. And then this is the card that actually popped out. And it goes hand in hand, I feel like, with the ancestors. It just gives me the same kind of feel. The shaman, right? And it says ancient healing wisdom. Well, our ancestors are ancient, and most of them probably were healers. If you're here, you're probably a healer too, or something along the lines. I'm looking at the the eyes in here, the face, the way it's just so calm and so peaceful. There's so much behind those eyes. There's so much to gain from the wisdom of our ancestors, especially if it's a Native American kind of background. We have a lot to learn from the people who, I don't want to say the word worship, but maybe that's the right word, but the earth, right? Nature. We should be out in nature more. We should be absorbing the wisdom, the ancient healings from the earth. We're so quick to pick up our phones and grab our laptops and sit on our tablets and sit in front of a screen, in front of a TV or any device, that I feel like we've lost touch with how important it is to go into nature and learn from nature, like from the birds, from the animals, from the trees, from the waters and the mountains and the sky. We've lost touch, and I feel like it's time to start getting back to that. And I really feel like people are starting to get back to that. Like, I mean, right now it's cold in winter where I am, but we got house plants, right? We can still look out the windows and we can still stand outside on a beautiful day. Like today is like 40 degrees, it's gorgeous. And listen to the wind. And watch the clouds pass by. There's so much in that. It's so powerful, and it's so important for us to reconnect back to our roots, right? Back to Mother Earth. That's what our ancestors would have done. Okay? So go out there and seek out the ancient healing wisdom of the shamans and of Mother Gaia. And just, there's so much white in here, right? His hair, the face paint, his shirt, even up in here, it's a little bit shaded pink, which brings in a little bit of love. But this just gives me so much peace to look at this. Let's get back to nature. There's a lot in there for us. Okay. Ooh, that one felt a little heavier for whatever reason. I'm going to pull one more just because I like these cards. They're nice and quick and easy. And I'm doing good on time. It's only 14:52 on the timer right now. The universe has your back. I've used this deck many times. Maybe not many on here, but I use them often. So let's just see what our final card wants to tell us to tie everything all in. Daylight savings time is coming up. I'm so excited, you guys. There's so much more light. It was 5:30 last night and there was still light, and I was so excited about it. And I know probably you all are too. Okay. What does the universe want us to know for our final message today? Ooh! That was a lot. That was like a whole bunch. Let's try one more time. That was too many for final message. Okay, that one kind of like hopped up. I say this a lot. in a way. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Guys, I say this all the time. I really do. And I truly believe in it. What you are focused on is what you are creating in your reality. So back to that emotion card, right? And I mentioned the fear that's going on right now, and just the clashing of this side and this side, not meeting in the middle anywhere anymore. It's like things we're being butted up against each other, I feel like. But if that's what we're focusing on, that's what's going to happen. You're going to create more of that, right? My energy creates my reality. What kind of energy are you putting out there? If you're putting out love and hope and abundance, feelings of abundance and happiness and joy, you're gonna get more in return. But if we're focused on the news and we're focused on this person said that and that person and all of this crazy chaos, right, that's happening, and it's so easily spread because of the screens that we're always looking at, instead of talking directly face to face with our neighbor or our loved ones, we're going to create more fear and more hatred in our lives. It's the law of attraction. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you don't like the things that are showing up in your life right now, divert your attention to something that you do want to show up in your life right now. And if you need help doing that, I can help. Reach out to me. The world is crazy right now. And the more we focus on that crazy, the crazier it's going to get. But we're also tearing down systems right now, right? Things are starting to fall apart. The veil is starting to come away. And so that's scary. But if we can focus on the things that bring us happiness, joy, peace, clarity, we're going to start creating that more in our own individual world, and then that'll spread out, right? So let's spread more of that. I love seeing, if I am on my phone or something, I love seeing the reels where people are doing that. They're saying, hey, we don't need to be divided. We can work together because we're all one. We're all one human. We're all one race, really. So let's focus on bringing each other more happiness and more love and more joy and coming together. It's my whole mission, right? Okay. All right, guys. Do a little recap before we're done. So make sure you are being like the ocean and letting that give and take, that ebb and flow, come and go. And enjoy the beauty behind all of it. Especially the days that don't feel so great. Make sure you're paying attention to the beauty. The sunset or the the snow on the trees or the birds singing or my dogs being quiet. And then make sure you're staying grounded, you're reflecting. Stay rooted to Mother Earth. She's got you. Okay. Look for more light. That just popped out to me how bright this is back here. We're looking for the light. We're attracting the light. You want more light. There's always going to be darkness. You can't have light without dark. But you can release that. And then know that your ancestors are behind you. They're holding you and they're allowing you to shed the old ways. Don't forget about the shaman within. Your ancient healing wisdom. Get out there in nature. Right? Get back to our roots. The ancestors. The tree. And then remember that your reality is created by what you're focused on. Okay. Call it there. So it was fun. I haven't done this a little over like a week and a half, so wanted to get back on and just give you guys a little reading. Reach out to me if you would like a private reading. I'm open and ready to book. More kids got home across the street. There's a whole bunch of them across the street. There's teenagers and then little ones, so they come in waves. Yes, so reach out to me. You can find me right on here on YouTube or Facebook. I have my information in the picture on my Facebook page, and can't wait to hear from you. And let me know what you liked, what you didn't. If this hit for you in any way. And let me put a little wave down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end. I love seeing who made it to the end. Yeah. So just let me know, and I will see you guys all in the next Messages with Mel. Thank you.